Replay is a compilation of titles from Rare's esteemed 30-year pedigree. There's 30 titles included all up, ranging from the company's humble beginnings on the ZX Spectrum, all through to the more recent offerings that appeared on the Xbox 360. For the most part, the selection of games provides a diverse look at Rare's history in games, and wherever possible, most of the titles feel like they're appropriate for the collection. That being said, there are definitely some glaring omissions from the collection. Thankfully, however, Rare have not skimped out with the games that they have managed to include. Most, if not all, of the Xbox 360 titles come packaged together with all their released downloadable content. Being a compilation of already existing games, the real differentiating factor that Rare Replay has to get right is how the whole experience is packaged and presented. Thankfully, the creative minds at Rare have put an incredible amount of love and care into Rare Replay, presenting these games in a unique and quirky way only Rare could. It could be very easy to slap a basic menu on that packages all of these games together, but Rare have truly gone above and beyond. The whole thing is presented like a gallery of sorts with a carnival aesthetic. Every character you love and remember from these games has been deconstructed and altered into puppets who jump and animate across the screen from time to time. Each game you select has a game stage constructed to capture the feel and aesthetic of the game it's representing, and it's a small yet fantastic touch that really highlights how much love and care has gone into crafting Rare Replay. The games themselves are a mix of titles with varying graphical quality, but for the most part, they're just as you remember them. Some of the Nintendo 64 games, namely those which didn't appear already in a remastered form, i.e. Blast Corps and Conker's Bad Fur Day, look better in terms of resolution but still suffer from some of the framerate issues, which is disappointing. Similarly, Xbox 360 games are running using the Xbox One's native backwards compatibility functionality, so performance is variable for each of the games. Perfect Dark Zero, for example, doesn't run any smoother than it did back in 2005. Each game's menu also has a unique little tune composed either from or paying homage to already existing music or from scratch, as some of these games didn't even have soundtracks when they were first released in the early 80s. When you first boot up Rare Replay, you'll be greeted with 3 options: Rare Revealed, Game Gallery, and Snapshots. Game Gallery is exactly as it sounds, exhibiting the 30 games in the collection either in chronologically released or alphabetical order. It's here where you'll be spending most of your time, so it's nice that the menus are intuitive and easy to navigate, for the most part. Games can be loaded into and exited out of wherever the player wishes, with the added benefit of autosaves and save starters from the older games. For those who lack the skill to even think about getting through Battletoads, it even has a rewind function. Those who fear the game's original difficulty have been compromised need not, however. Everything is just as it was all those years ago. But what is baffling, however, is how clumsy and awkward the transitions are between Xbox 360 games and the rest of Rare Replay. Not only do these games install separately to the rest of the package, but launching between the Xbox One's built-in 360 emulation and the normal Rare Replay package did, on a few situations, mess around with our save files. A proper reboot of the game solved the problem, but it's something that's worth mentioning. It is, however, impressive that any cloud saves will automatically work and that the online for the games is cross-platform enabled. But only games that were online previously are online here. There's no new added online multiplayer for any of the other games in the Rare Replay package. Rare Revealed is the other major component of the Rare Replay package. It is, once again, a glorified gallery, but it features a lot of new and never-before-seen video content talking about Rare as a company. The games themselves all run and perform like you remember. Some better than others, of course, but the team at Rare have done a great job at emulating the Nintendo 64 titles, which, bizarrely, would have been the hardest thing to do. Grabbed by the Ghoulies, while not Rare's most loved title, has been entirely rebuilt from the ground up to run in 1080p, which is a feat in its own. From arcade games to fighters to shooters to platformers, there's a large variety of games in Rare Replay that's bound to appeal to anyone, and a large majority of them are still great to play too. What perhaps bolsters Rare Replay's offerings is that it provides a wealth of multiplayer options for players. You can play a heap of the games with friends via split screen, whether it be Battletoads, Killer Instinct, or even Conker's Bad Fur Day. These games all perform great with multiplayer and once again provide a diverse range of experiences, whether it's competitive or cooperative play you seek. And as we previously mentioned, some of the games even have online play, although at time of writing, a lot of the 360 titles are no longer active online, but perhaps this will change in the near future. The third and final section of Rare Replay is the snapshot and playlist modes. They're a rather minor offering, but they bolster an already strong offering. Snapshots are short challenges that give the player a goal to complete and rarely last more than a few minutes. Playlists group together similar snapshots, i.e. all the ones that require the player to survive, to extend this snapshot's idea. They're admittedly quite shallow offerings, but they are perfect for when you just want to pick up and play the game, earn some stamps, but not sink a few hours into everything else. Rare Replay is clearly a love letter to the fans of Rare that they've accumulated across the last 3 decades, and it's even clearer that it's been put together by people who have nothing but respect and care for both their fans and their own catalogue. But the one thing that stops Rare Replay from being a truly great game is the awkward transitions between the Xbox 360 titles and the rest of the package, as well as some more questionable choices in the titles themselves. Regardless, Rare Replay represents excellent value for money, and will be one of the benchmarks that all compilations should aspire to. For these reasons, Press Start Australia gives Rare Replay 9 out of 10. To read James Mitchell's full review, be sure to head over to the website at pressstart.com.au.